Alright, I'm getting ready to start painting the roof up here. Now, yesterday I spent a couple hours just giving the roof a good cleaning, and a few areas that had some scratches and such where there was a little bit of rust starting. I went ahead and treated that with OSPHO rust converter, so that stuff's all ready to go. And what I'm going to use today is Rust-Oleum Professional Performance oil-based enamel gloss white paint, and you can buy this stuff at Lowe's or Home Depot, or I actually bought this at Rural King, and it's about $30 a gallon, but it's a really good paint for using on top of your bus. The important thing is, being gloss white, it will reflect most of the light from the sun that hits it, which helps keep temperatures down a little bit. It's still a losing battle when it comes to the sun hitting your roof, but every little bit counts, and while it's not going to make the difference between a hot bus and a cold bus, it definitely does reduce the amount of heat that will come inside. A lot of people will talk about using like elastomeric paints, stuff like that, to try and increase that, but for the money it's definitely hard to beat the Rust-Oleum paint for, like I said, about $30 a gallon. So what we're going to do is just roll this paint on, and I picked up just some regular cheap paint rollers from Lowe's, and I've already mixed the paint up, so we're pretty much ready to go. Got a little dust in here. Try and not roll too much dust into the paint if I can avoid it. So I'll go ahead and fill this guy up a little bit. And this oil-based enamel paint is very durable stuff and will stick really well onto your bus, but you need to be extra careful when handling it, because if it gets on your skin or it gets on your clothes, it is pretty difficult to get out. So you don't want to wear any clothes that you will be upset if they get paint on them that will never actually come out. So I've even got my free Napa hat that I got when I bought a couple filters from them about a year ago. That it's a crappy hat, but it keeps the sun off of my head, and I won't mind if it gets a little paint on it. So get some of this paint on here, and the Rust-Oleum paint, you can actually get a really nice finish just from rolling it on. And I picked up 2 gallons, which should allow me to do probably 3 coats. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to start all the way at the edge here. And it's about 70 degrees and pretty sunny here today, so this should dry up pretty quickly. And you can probably tell there's definitely some yellow still bleeding through, and that's ultimately why you need to do multiple coats, just to get good solid coverage. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this coat, and in about an hour or so it should be dry enough that I can climb back up and do coat number 2. All right, so I've been painting for a little bit here, and I've done that back part, and I've gotten about that far on the front, and the stuff on the back has had an opportunity to more or less dry, but more importantly, it has had an opportunity to be on there long enough to demonstrate the difference of temperature in the sun. Now this area has not had shade the whole time, so there's no difference in the amount of sun that the white part has been getting compared to the yellow part. And so I've got my trusty Harbor Freight temperature gun here, and we're just going to do a quick test of how hot it is. So we're going to start with the yellow part and kind of make sure I've got everything in frame here so you can see it. And so the yellow part is about 105 degrees, which is not great for walking on when you're barefoot up here. And we're gonna walk just right over here at exactly the same height and everything. And look at that, 89.2 degrees. 89.0 degrees. The only difference there being that this has white paint versus the yellow part just having school bus yellow. And so this is why school buses in sunny states like Florida always have white painted roofs. So just in case you were wondering what the real advantage was with having your roof painted white, that is it. And this area over here where I haven't had opportunity to get to it yet, just to repeat our experiment here again we've got 104, 105 degrees right here where it's yellow, and we'll just walk over here. This is the freshest paint I've got, and it's 85, 86 degrees. So you see that's a pretty significant difference in the temperature of the metal. Alright, here's a little drone flyover of what I was able to get done today. I gave that first coat about 2 hours or so to dry and went back up and rolled on a second coat. This video is about an hour or so after that. So I still have some trim I need to do around the air horn. I've got to get the front, rear, and sides above the window line still, places that you can't really get safely while you're on top of the roof. So I'll get those all with a ladder. But overall, I think it came out really good. The paint looks really good, and the results from the infrared thermometer are, honestly, they're even better than I expected them to be. So if you enjoyed this video, why don't you give us a thumbs up? If you have any questions or any comments you want to add, go ahead and put them down below. We'll do our best to get back to you there. And if you like this video and want to see more like it as we continue to build the bus, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, thanks guys.